Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, July 17, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Miami Marlins vs St. Louis Cardinals. Jesus Luzardo is the probable pitcher for the Marlins. Luzardo went 6.1 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs, and struck out 9 in a win in his last start against the Philadelphia Phillies. On the season, he has a record of 8-5 with a 3.29 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, and a 129/27 KBB ratio in 19 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .237 off Luzardo. The Marlins have been poor on offense this season. They are bottom 10 in the league in runs, home runs, RBIs, and walks. Jorge Soler leads the team in runs, home runs, and RBIs. Luis Arias leads the MLB in batting average by a wide margin. Miami's pitching staff has been good this season. As a team, they are above average in the league in ERA, runs allowed, home runs allowed, walks allowed, strikeouts, WHIP, and batting average against. The Marlins are a distant second in the NL East, with the Braves having a comfortable lead. Miami Does have the top wild card spot in the NL, but it is a tight race. It is not confirmed who will get the start for the Cardinals in this matchup. It may be a bullpen game. St. Louis has been good on offense this season. The Cards are top 10 or around the top 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, strikeouts, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. Paul Goldschmidt leads the team in runs and hits. Nolan Arenado leads the team in home runs and RBIs. The Cardinals' pitching staff has been poor this season. As a team, they are bottom 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, walks allowed, strikeouts, WHIP, and batting average against. St. Louis is last in their division. Their offense has been good, but their pitching has been a disaster this season. They are top 10 in many batting categories, but bottom 10 in many pitching categories. Jesus Luzardo will start for the Marlins, and he has had success against the Cardinals. In 37 plate appearances against St. Louis, the Cardinals have a team batting average of .235 and an expected batting average of .208 against Luzardo. The Cardinals have not yet announced their starting pitcher, which could mean that they will use a bullpen game. Miami has a significant pitching advantage, as Luzardo has been good this season. The Marlins will win this game. Take the Marlins on the money line. This may be a bullpen game for the Cardinals. With no pitcher confirmed for the Cards, Miami's offense will have an easier matchup. St. Louis has been good on offense this season. The Cards are top 10 or around the top 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, strikeouts, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. With it possibly being a bullpen game for both St. Louis, this will be a higher scoring game, and the over will hit. Take the over, 8.5 runs. Tampa Bay Rays vs Texas Rangers. The Rays continue their Midwest road trip on Monday as they shift their sights from one of baseball's worst teams to one of its best teams. In the first series with the Rangers, the Rays were able to take 2 of 3 games and lean heavily on one of baseball's best home records. Hitting the road could be a challenge for them here, especially considering a serious drop-off between their home and road records. They still have a winning record on the road, but adding in recent struggles could mean a challenging set of games. They've only gone 3-7 over their last 10 games, which leaves quite a to be desired, especially as they aim to have a second half as strong as the first half. In a potential preview of the AL Championship Series, the Rays will want to set the tone in Monday night's opener. Fans have expected Texas to fall off at some point, though they continue to rack up the wins, even staying in first place in the AL West. They remain 3 games ahead of the Astros, and grabbing wins against some of the league's best teams, such as the Rays, will help the confidence that this group leans on. With a 29-18 record at home this season, they've played their best in front of their fans, a trend that they'll be banking on continuing this week. They were able to win 1 game on the road against the Rays last month and will be wanting to hold serve themselves. Much like their opponent though, they have struggled as well of late, having gone only 4-6 over their last 10 games. With not a lot to give on both sides, it is sure to be interesting how the Rangers fare in this one. The Rays took 2 of 3 in the first series between these two, and they'll get off to a win on Monday as well. The pitching matchup will drive this game, and with McClanahan dominating this season, he'll lead the way. The Rangers, on the other hand, still aren't even sure of who will get the ball themselves. Well, those questions will be difficult for them to overcome. The Rays have a dominant offense as well, and with a bullpen ready to eat up innings as well, will be able to keep Texas's offense at bay. In the end, their ability to generate runs, while also leaning on one of baseball's best arms, will be enough to get them a win in the series opener. Our team pick is Rays, -1.5. And our total pick is over. Washington Nationals vs Chicago Cubs. So far this season, the Washington Nationals have been a decent offensive team as they are 19th in the majors with a .716 ops while scoring 4.18 runs per game in that span. Right fielder Lane Thomas, .836 ops, 50 RBI, has been struggling lately as he has a .279, .304, .349 line with 6 RBI, 4 runs scored, and an 2.9 walk-to-strikeout ratio in his last 10 games played. Mackenzie Gore is making his 19th start of the year and is doing decently well as he has a 4.42 ERA and a 1.46 WHIP in 89.2 innings of work. Hitters have been doing pretty well against him as they have a .268 batting average against thus far. Gore is coming off a no decision against the Cincinnati Reds, where he threw 1.1 innings and allowed 0 runs on 1 hit with 0 walks and 1 strikeout. The Chicago Cubs have also been right around league average at the plate throughout the season, as well as they are 16th in the sport with a .722 ops, while scoring 4.6 runs per game up to this point. Center fielder Cody Bellinger, .885 ops, 11 SB, has been doing extremely well and has looked like one of the top hitters lately as he has a 1.356 ops with 5 homers and 13 RBI, with a 4.4 walk-to-strikeout ratio in his last 10 games. Mackenzie Gore has been solid on the road this season with a 4.30 ERA and a .245 opposing batting average in 10 starts. Drew Smyly has not been as good at home with a 5.36 ERA and a .247 batting average against an 8 starts at Wrigley Field. The Nationals' offense has been better than the Cubs' offense in July with a .748 team ops compared to the Cubs' .682 team ops. I think the Nationals will win this game as they have the better pitcher and lineup. Take the Washington Nationals to win on the road. These starting pitchers have been getting hit hard in their last 7 outings, as Mackenzie Gore is 1-4 with a 5.97 ERA and a 1.55 WHIP over 31.2 innings, while Drew Smyly is 2-4 with a 6.35 ERA and a 1.91 WHIP in 34 innings in that span. These bullpens throughout the season have been ineffective as Washington ranks 28th with a 5.08 reliever ERA, while Chicago is 17th with a 4.09 bullpen ERA as a team. All in all, take the over as the better option against 2 struggling pitchers. Detroit Tigers vs Kansas City Royals. Detroit was able to win their most recent game by a score of 6-0. Kerry Carpenter had himself a day, going 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson also chipped in an RBI each, and Miguel Cabrera had a pair of hits in the victory. The real highlight was Michael Lorenzen's performance, throwing 6.2 shutout innings and giving up only 2 hits while striking out 7 and walking 5. Spencer Torkelson has the team lead in home runs and RBIs with 12 and 46, but Riley Green has the highest batting average on the squad at .300. Akil Baddoo has 25 walks and only 40 strikeouts on the year, while Riley Green has the highest OBP as well with a .369. Kerry Carpenter has the highest slugging percentage, .538, and ops, .860 on the Tigers roster, and Zach McKinstry has 12 steals, while only being caught once on the year. On the pitching side, Eduardo Rodriguez has established himself as the #1 starter for the Tigers with a 2.70 ERA in 13 outings. Rodriguez is the current strikeout leader with 81, and Alex Lang has saved 14 games out of 17 opportunities on the season. Kansas City lost another game this season, this time to the Tampa Bay Rays by a score of 4-2. Darren Blanco and Michael Garcia contributed the only RBIs for the squad, and Nick Pratto had 2 hits on the day. The 2-4 hitters on the team went a combined 3 for 12, and 4 different players were unable to get a hit in at least 2 at-bats. Cole Reagans did well in his outing, going 5 innings, giving up only 1 run on 4 hits, while striking out 3 and walking 2. Salvador Perez is still the most productive power hitter on the Royals in spite of his age, with 15 homers on the year. Bobby Witt is the only other player to have double-digit home runs, while Vinny Pasquantino has shown solid patience at the plate, earning 25 walks, compared to 31 strikeouts. Witt has 27 stolen bases on the year, and Michael Garcia is batting a team-best .275 right now. He also leads the team in OBP with a .331, and Freddie Fermin has the best ops at .753. Fermin additionally has the highest slugging percentage with a .441. On the pitching side, Brad Keller has the best ERA on the team for those who have had over 8 starts with a 4.36 ERA. Brady Singer is leading the squad in strikeouts with 77 and has the most innings thrown at 98.2. The Tigers are the better team and should win this game comfortably, even though they are on the road. Lyles has been a poor pitcher this season, and the Tigers have a better record on the road than at home. The Tigers are also only 5 games back of the division leader, which will give them extra motivation to win. I believe that the Tigers will showcase their talent and win this game. Take the Tigers to win on the road. Kansas City has given up 502 runs on the year, ranking 3rd worst in the MLB. I could easily see the Tigers putting up at least 6 or 7 runs, while the Royals played across a few runs to reach the over. Neither pitcher screams true dominance, and Kansas City has hit the over in 30 of their last 53 games. Lyles has surrendered at least 4 runs in every start he has except one since April 23rd. I expect the Tigers to take advantage here and turn this into a slugfest. Our total pick is over 9 points.